I kind of just want to fling dirty tampons at men's cars.
If he voted for that man, you need to leave him.
It's going to be hell on earth.
Yourself before I get to you.
If you voted for Donald Trump, you're racist, fascist, Nazi. Trump supporters are the equivalent to dirt to me.
I will burn this whole place to the ground.
Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So just when you thought you'd seen the worst reactions in the last two videos, think again because they are getting even crazier. And these kinds of videos I think are a great case study in media chaos, but it's happening on college campuses as well, where teachers are canceling classes and literally setting out milk and cookies, creating safe spaces for students to cry about the fact that Trump won. Now imagine for a second if Kamala had won, do you think they would be offering coloring books and nap time to Trump supporters for their mental health? This should not be happening at all. Let's be clear. They would never do that, but they baby these students. Here, Georgetown University invited students to a self-care suite where reportedly offered treats like milk and cookies and hot cocoa, as well as Lego toys and coloring and mindfulness exercises to get their minds off the election results. These are our future doctors, lawyers, or baristas. Let's get into it. Also, one last thing, if anyone wants to keep a septum piercing count, I would appreciate it because as we noted before, that's clearly a favorite among the tolerant left for whatever reason. So let's begin. Here's a high school teacher and she's being investigated right now for her social media posts. Here's one of those posts.
If you are or know a man of any color, any background, any nationality who voted blue, I'm challenging you to post on this platform so that we can see your faces and we can thank you, and that later we have it on the record of who the safe men are. You wear the blue bracelet, you wear the safety pin. The women need to see your faces, we need to know your names, we need to know where you live so that we know who is safe.
If you were a criminal, who would you vote for? If you were a violent offender with a record breaking the law regularly, who's your pick? Trump or the candidate who is historically soft on crime? Someone advocating for sanctuary cities, limiting deportations, not doing anything about the border crisis, or Trump who wants to secure the border, who wants to protect our people who are dying from the drugs brought in by the illegal immigrants and the crime, and straining hospital resources for actual citizens.
And I'm speaking as a white woman, and I get that, but they'll get to me eventually. I've got on my blue bracelet, my pink bracelet that says be kind.
In blue cities where we've got the homeless who are pissing and shitting in public on the streets, I doubt they're gonna care about your blue bracelet. The ones who have free reign under the left's compassionate policies allowing them to do drugs in front of children as they walk down the street. It might feel nice to lecture your cat when you're at home about the difference that you're making, but the reality is, it feels like you're coming from a place of privilege. It really does, because perhaps you're not seeing, again, the result of what the left is promoting. Because for people in these cities, that's their daily reality. The threat of random attacks, like women being punched in the face in broad daylight in New York City, being pushed onto the tracks. And it's not just this fantasy that we see all these women talking about online. Oh, they're gonna make us wear the Handmaid's Tale. It's actually happening if you want to see women actually in danger. That's the nightmare people are living through because of your party's so-called compassion while being soft on crime.
Anyone need a blue bracelet? Message me. Well, I heard y'all looking for black-owned businesses to buy blue bracelets from. Guess what? Y'all want the denim blue or y'all want the blue? Okay? Because I'll get started right now.
Oh, that was quick. The race grift has already begun with the bracelets. Imagine I came out here and I said, guys, buy my red bracelets. They're white owned. I don't know, I think that sounds a bit odd. I've completely given up. Can someone please just tell me you don't hate me for being trans? So no one actually cares. Trump doesn't care, I don't care, no one cares. It's not about love or hate, I don't know you. Right? Your viewers, they don't know you. Why would anyone love or hate you if they do not know you? But what Trump does care about, and what I care about, is protecting kids from undergoing these life-altering surgeries that kids cannot consent to. Most Americans, even trans Americans, believe that as well. And that's another reason that Trump won. Because to think that a child is not mature enough for a tattoo, they can't drink alcohol, for example, but they can chop off body parts, they can stop puberty like a little guinea pig. The only people that's benefiting are these insane parents to feel good about their trans kid and Big Pharma. That's the issue here. But we don't hate you, we don't love you, we don't care.
I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will burn this whole place to the ground.
So threats to burn down the country isn't really a mature or rational vibe.
We may not have rights tomorrow,
So I'm going to bed with the last bit of dignity that I have left.
These are just reactions stemming from misinformation rather than any specific policy changes affecting women's rights.
Someone in the White House better take their shot right now and better not miss. My doors are open for you if you need a safe house.
How much you want to bet one of those pins says like love, peace? Nothing says democracy like threatening violence when your candidate doesn't win. You should realize though that if your only response to losing is fantasizing about these attacks, you're proving why the rest of America voted the way they did. I'm starting to think they're putting some kind of mind control substance in those septum piercings.
Women who never support themselves, actually. Women don't like each other, and they will vote for a rapist because a rapist always wins.
A grapist always wins. Where did this allegation come from as well? Because some people brought up Stormy Daniels, who has publicly stated that with her encounter, with Donald Trump, that was consensual. She has not accused him of rape. Despite this, they have labeled Trump a rapist because that's beneficial. However, it is inconsistent with Daniels' own accounts.
Same thing with minorities, Latino people. What are we doing? Y'all are gonna get what's coming.
No sexism or racism here. All that's left really is for him to say, go make me a sandwich to a woman or go back to your country to a Latino. That's how fast they turn on the people who I guess they view as their little puppets.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like Democrats are way more racist than Republicans. I've never had a Republican call me a slur to my face or in my comments or anything, but I've had multiple just this week alone. In my DMs, in my comments, I've had people say it to my face.
Latinos, for example, as soon as they voted for Trump, you're no longer useful. Same goes for women, then they're discarded if you voted for Trump. It's not about the people. It's about using them to push your narrative.
Don't ask me for shit or expect me to do shit for your state or if you're suffering. Florida and Texas, all the swing states, you. If you got a disaster going through, don't ask me. You got a hurricane going through, well, you better deal with that shit.
Right, so now the message is that if you voted for Trump, you don't deserve hurricane relief. Again, I guess empathy only applies when it's convenient.
Now that the orange turd has won, we should now rename America Hell, because it is going to be hell on earth once they strip everyone's rights away that is no straight white cis man. So buckle up. Hope you freaking Republicans are happy. I'm out of here.
I'm very happy. I'm glad to hear you're out of here. Where are you going? Please tell us. Why don't they ever tell us?
If you voted for Trump, I think you're a f***ing loser. I think you're stupid. I think you're a moron. I think you're evil. I think that you deserve to die by my hands. More specifically, by the rake that's in my hand that I'm using as a blade on your skull. You f***ing loser. I'm better than you. You're a horrible person. You don't deserve air. Kill yourself before I get to you. Do it. Kill yourself right now.
I think that's the worst one I've seen. And if your first response to a difference in opinion is violence or death threats, maybe the problem isn't who other people voted for. It's that you're incapable of living in a society where people have different views.
Reply with a video of you killing yourself. Fucking loser.
I can't even play the whole video on here. It's that violent. So, by the way, if you want to see the uncensored version of these videos, then you should go to my Rumble. That's linked below. I guess for now, you'll have to use your imagination.
There is a highly trained professional assassin out there right now, and you have one job.
This is perfect. When liberals, the party of love and acceptance, finds out someone doesn't agree with them on literally one topic.
Seize him. Cut his throat.
So I'm liking what I'm hearing about the blue friendship bracelet movement, but I personally want something more permanent. So can we come up with a tattoo and placement of that tattoo to mark ourselves, to identify ourselves to other women and men who share our values? Let me know what tattoo and where.
How about on your forehead? Oh, for YouTube. Sheep. Cute little sheep on your forehead.
This video has been done a few times for me because I'm struggling myself. Why, yes, every vote still needs to be recounted and everything else. Nothing is officially.
Everything's officially.
Have a bottle of wine, an entire bottle of wine. It's okay. Having ice cream.
No, girl, do not have the ice cream. I'm being so serious.
I can't really say to get better because it's gonna be hard.
If you're a conservative woman, here's how I'm gonna fix your life, okay? So you just got married to your husband. Your husband is blatant, just redneck garbage. You like him though, for some reason, something there is clicking. I'm gonna seduce your husband. I'm gonna seduce your husband. I'm going to look him in the eye, and I'm gonna explain to him that nobody has ever made me feel the way he has. And I'm younger than you conservative woman that married him. And I'm gonna start, like, explaining that I'm just so fun and I like doing fun shit. Because you're probably married and you can't do fun shit. And then once I do that, and I implement your marriage arc, he's gonna cause some irrational feelings, which is going to establish itself in your marriage problems. And then you're gonna be like, why am I doing this for a man? This is where we get ya. Get ya, because then you're like, why am I supporting a guy that isn't doing anything for me? There you go.
What? That kind of sounded like a cheesy soap opera. I feel like you just want an excuse to get the redneck guy. But listen, most conservative women aren't going to abandon their beliefs just because someone's trying to play the Bachelorette with their husbands. And I'm sorry that your political beliefs seem to depend on what men think of you. Believe it or not, women have their own views, regardless of your strange fantasy of getting with a married man. But if you're getting into politics, you know, maybe focus on policies instead of your degenerate fantasies.
If you voted for Donald Trump, you're racist, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi, you hate America, you hate women, you hate democracy. I'm sorry for your mom. It is evident that a Trump supporter has never read a book, probably doesn't have that comprehension, has never written a coherent sentence ever. Do not waste your breath on these people. Anytime that you're talking to a Donald Trump supporter, just call him a Nazi, call him a fascist, keep it moving. These people are beyond the right of education.
Yeah, don't engage in actual conversation. Why keep things civil? Call them a Nazi, a fascist, spit on them because they're dirt.
Trump supporters are the equivalent to dirt to me. I would spit on you, but I would not waste the DNA on someone like that.
Maybe it's time to check the mirror and ask yourself who's actually spreading the hate. If you're trying to convince people, right, you have to try a new tactic. Because all this name calling just sounds like I don't have an argument. So you're a Nazi.
They are ruining America, and I'm not letting that happen. We the people, we the Democrats, will not let that happen. I'm not taking this sitting down.
Also, going back to the last video I made, that woman who was saying that all Trump supporters, you should always wear your hats so that we can identify you. Okay, girl, what does that sound like? It's almost like you missed a history lesson. You know, you should come up with a new term. I don't think you should be using Nazi.
Since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the US and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes.
Trump supporters are uneducated. I'm moving out of the US. I'm going to Hawaii.
I would purchase a Glock, and if you and I are walking on the same street and it's dark out and you're a white male, you have to be white for this to count, okay? If you're a white male, even if you don't approach me, I will shoot you. Yeah, I know. And you have to have very white skin and be a male.
Same group of people that are always saying they hate us simply for existing. You want to murder men, white men, simply for existing because of their skin color. If you're a liberal watching this, please ask yourself, does this sound like a good plan? Let's say that your father, stepfather, I don't know, father figure, who am I kidding? Okay, let's not use that as an example. A brother, an uncle, a friend, a boyfriend who happens to be white, a man in your life you care about, and they had the misfortune of seeing this woman. She's saying she wants to murder them because of their race.
Start making a plan. Women, I'm here to talk to you today. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna delete your period tracking app. I don't care what state you're in. You're gonna get on some form of birth control. You're gonna get the pill, you're gonna get the implant in your arm, you're gonna get the IUD, you're gonna get your tubes tied. I don't care if you're not sexually active right now, because guess what? That doesn't mean you're not going to get pregnant. Don't get pregnant right now. If you and your male partner voted differently this election, if he voted for that man, you need to leave him.
But imagine basing your relationships, your period tracking, based on who's in the White House. But again, this is obviously an abortion thing, so Trump has not and will not sign a federal abortion ban. Decision to overturn Roe v. Wade was about giving the power back to the states. And Trump supports exceptions for cases of rape, incest, and when the mother's life is at risk. Everything else, perhaps stop being such a whore.
We should just start leaving our dirty tampons everywhere. Because if men want so much control over us, they can deal with our dirty tampons. Clean it up. No, but genuinely, I was trying to think, like, what revenge sounds the most satisfying right now? And I kind of just want to fling dirty tampons at men's cars, their trucks. Ooh.
So now in addition to throwing tantrums, you want to throw your tampons instead of, again, having an actual conversation. From women's rights to unhygienic temper tantrum. I don't know who you think that's gonna win over.
If you are an alternative person, punk, goth, however you classify yourself in the alternative community, and you support Trump, no, you're not. No, you're not. If you don't have the same values, the same common sense when it comes to human rights, you're not alternative.
If your vision of alternative means excluding people just for voting differently, maybe you're less alt and more mainstream echo chamber. Because I think that real alternative people, they don't need your permission slip to vote in a certain way. It's so interesting. These people who claim to be so different, they're just like everyone else. They don't allow diversity of thought. So this just shows how far the left has strayed from anything resembling tolerance when you've got these people openly calling for violence, silencing anyone who disagrees. That says a lot about the state of the movement and the direction they want to take our country. So it is disturbing, but that is exactly why we have to keep exposing this. So if you'd like to see more, remember to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.